walking away from somebody, letting somebody go is always a difficult thing. Now, sometimes you'll find yourself in a situation where you have to let somebody go, right? You got to walk away from somebody who didn't even do anything wrong. Here's the scenario. You living it up. You living your best life. You got somebody that's there. Y'all rocking. Y'all kicking it. Everything is cool. And then boom, something pops up, right? They get a new job offer where they got to move out of state. Maybe they have the type of job where they just move around a lot, like maybe it's, military or something like that. Or maybe it's you. Maybe you were stationed somewhere and then now, you know what I'm saying? You getting stationed, somewhere else. Who knows what it could be? But it's a situation where you feel, right, in your mind, your heart, your soul, that you got your person. And now, for whatever reason, they got to get up and go, or you got to get up and go. It's a tough situation. But sometimes, depending on the situation, you just got to let them go. They didn't do anything wrong. I don't know what's more difficult. Letting somebody go who didn't do anything wrong, or letting somebody go, walking away from somebody who did do something wrong. See, I know y'all in your mind probably like, yo, it's much easier to walk away from somebody who did do something wrong, right? But sometimes the pain that's associated with walking away from somebody who did something wrong is more about what they did wrong than it is about walking away. You understand what I'm saying? It's harder for you to accept that they did you wrong. And so, now walking away from that person is the hurt or the pain is associated with what they did, right? Now, walking away from somebody who didn't do anything wrong, that might hurt too. You know what I'm saying? That might be difficult as well, right? You got an emotional attachment to them, and now you have to break that attachment, right? But there's nothing that's giving you any type of real justification for walking away from that person, right? It might be easier, even though it hurts a little bit more, it might be easier to walk away from the person that did you wrong because in your mind you justifying like, yo, I gotta walk away because they did me dirty and I don't accept that type of behavior and blah, blah, blah. So that just gives you that extra boost. But walking away from somebody or letting somebody go who has done absolutely nothing wrong, it might just be a little bit harder because it's like nothing wrong has been done. And so I really don't have, that motivation, that pain associated with, me wanting to walk away or me needing to walk away. I don't have that fuel under me to be like, yeah, I got to get up out of here. It's just like you're just losing your person. Either way, letting somebody go, walking away from somebody is a difficult thing. And one of the things that we must fully understand is that life is a solo journey, meaning my journey, your journey, their journey is all separate. My journey is separate from whoever else's journey I may connect with along the way. I may have an emotional attachment. I may have a connection with this woman. We may get into a relationship. We may A, B, C, X, Y, Z. But at the end of the day, my journey is a solo journey, regardless of who I connect with. And this is what you have to understand. Ships are going to cross paths all the time. The key is to remember that your journey is a solo journey and that whoever you connect with at any point in time can be here today and gone tomorrow. And you just have to be okay with that. Now, here's the thing. One of the things that you must fully understand that will help you in the process of being able to get through, breakups and things of that nature is that you must always be the person that you need to be, the person that you want to be. Because when we get into emotional attachments, a lot of times we're looking at that other person, the person that we're attached to be our other half or to be our better half. We're looking towards them to fill a void that we have within ourselves. And typically, that's what makes walking away so difficult. You're walking away from something that you don't have, yet you need. I'm not necessarily going to say a dependency, but it's kind of like a dependency without us really realizing it, right? That person fills a void in our lives. Now I get it, right? You can have an emotional connection with somebody and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna miss you, whatever, woo, woo, right? But a lot of times, a lot of the deep pain, especially if it's not due to them violating, or even if it is due to them violating, right? The attachment is there because they're providing you with something that you don't have yourself. It could be money. It could be, tied to your emotions. It could be tied to the mental. You could be mentally and emotionally attached to someone, right? To where when you got to let them go, now your mental and your emotional is not even stable. Guys, listen, I say it all the time. Emotional attachments are bad, but at the end of the day, they're going to happen. And what you can do to minimize emotional attachments from happening, and what you can do to minimize going through the tough times of going through a breakup or just having to walk away from somebody who didn't do anything wrong, nothing bad happened, is always be at your best. So that when that person is walking away, you're okay with it because you're not losing a part of yourself. You're not losing something, that you actually need. There's a difference between needing and wanting. It's okay to lose something that you want, but losing something that you need is horrific. Y'all know that. Listen to me and listen to me very, very well. It happens. It's a part of life. Walking away is difficult. Letting somebody go is difficult. But remember this, to help you get over the difficult period of having to walk away from somebody or having to let somebody go, is you must learn how to, on your own, be able to fill the void that person filled. You have to be able to pinpoint, what is it about that person? Or that person made me feel like this, or this person made me feel, what is it? And then so now you have to put yourself in a position where I now have to fill that void. Sometimes it could be money. You looking at the lifestyle that you're used to living, that this person helped you provide. Now that lifestyle is out the door and you don't want to give up that lifestyle and it's hurting you, right? You got to fall back. Now you got to move into a smaller place, or you're not going to have all of the toys that you had, or whatever it is. Now you got to become that person that never ever depends on somebody for money. You could be dependent on that person for, emotional stability, right? And so now that that person is walking out the door, your emotions are all over the place. Not because you're losing that person, but because that person provides you with your emotional stability. You hear people all the time, this person is my peace. Can't nobody be your peace but you, because peace comes from within. But what they're providing for you is a space where you can unwind. They're providing for you that space where when you're out of control, they know how to calm you down and bring you back. You understand what I'm saying? So you're looking at that person as if they're providing you peace, but really they're just providing you with the emotional stability that you cannot provide for yourself. So now you have to replace that person's ability to provide you that emotional safe space with something that you have to be able to provide for yourself. Maybe going to the gym and working out. Maybe, a hobby that you like to do, something that distracts you from your hard day's work that you have, every single day, and you want to crash out because the supervisor this, or the client this, or the customer that, or your coworkers this, that, and the third. You understand what I'm saying? The more that you provide for yourself and the more whole you become, the easier it is to let people go. The easier it is to walk away. The less dependent you are on someone else for whatever it is that they're providing you. Sometimes it could be the physical. You understand what I'm saying? Some of y'all are in situations with people just because of that. Y'all know what I'm saying. But when you get to a point where, yo, that no longer controls me. You know what I'm saying? That thing no longer defines who I am. Listen, a lot of y'all be with somebody just for validation. You're not really who you want to be, but that person makes you feel special, and so they validate you. You're really with somebody for the validation. They validating you, they making you feel good, or whatever the case may be. So now you don't have somebody there that's telling you to lie, telling you that you're ABC and you're XYZ when you know deep down inside you're not, but it just feels good for you to hear it. Now that person is gone. So now all you're doing is telling yourself that you're not this and you're not that. Go ahead and be the thing that that person was telling you that you are, even though you know that you're not. Go ahead and become it. Let me tell you something. For the most part, in my experience, when you are 99, 100% whole, right? Because nobody's perfect. We're always going to have little issues here and there. We're going to be lacking in some areas, right? But when you are as close to being whole as possible in all areas across your life, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, when you have all of those grounds covered, it'll be a whole lot easier to accept when somebody's leaving out of your life or you have to walk away from somebody because you're not dependent on them. Look, at this point, it is what it is. You're going through whatever it is that you're going through. The easiest way to get through it, and it's not going to happen overnight, is become the person that you really want to be. Become the void that that person was filling. Become the void that that person was filling. And I promise you that will help you get over whatever it is that you're feeling, because that person, you got to let them go, or you got to walk away, or whatever the case is. I talk about being detached all the time. A lot of people don't really get it, but it is what it is. When you live a life of detachment, whew, I'm telling y'all right now, it's a beautiful thing. But listen, I'm going to let y'all go, but I just wanted to reach out to those of you who are in situations where you got to let somebody go, or you got to walk away from somebody, and they haven't done you wrong. They haven't done you dirty. Most of my videos about, oh, you got to walk away because they did this and they're not respecting your boundary. Look, they didn't cross none of your boundaries or anything. It's just a situation that you have to deal with. Y'all got to part ways for whatever reason. Parting ways is always hard, but I'm telling you, the more complete you are as an individual, the less of an impact it will be on you. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good.